I think most marketers, freelancers especially, they go into the market charging based on time. If you don't have a lot of skill sets, that's how you charge based on time. I think that's a very flawed way of charging. Let's talk about freelancing, right? I think you prepared something for me, so let's go.
So just to touch a bit more on how you started this, like what made you go into this path from your music background previously?
Okay, long story short, I was trying to market my music school. The one most effective marketing strategy for us back then, even today actually, is search engine optimization, SEO. So back then, digital marketing wasn't even known or called digital marketing. It was more known as internet marketing. Nobody was doing this at all. And not many schools, not many businesses even had websites back then. Very simple. Wrote a few articles, ranked it up on Google. And when someone searched for something like piano classes in Penang, we were first on Google. And that's how we actually growth hacked the school to hundreds of students. So once I did that, I realized that, hey, this is interesting. I would like to offer this, and I feel like offering this sort of like work and service to other people as well. So as a music producer, you would produce the music, you would edit the music, you would arrange the music all on your own. Now, when I take that and translate it back into the marketing world, I was trying to do everything myself. So you're talking about SEO, paid ads, landing page, copywriting. Yeah. Now I've come to this stage, right, where I realized that I can't do everything myself. No one can do everything themselves as well. It has been a very hard shift from going from a freelancer mindset into a business owner mindset.
For someone that's doing this movement, like you said, from the freelancer mindset to the business owner mindset, what would be your tips for them to succeed?
So one of the things that would really work, right, is we codify things and framework things up. The newsletters we worked on give you like, oh, write about stories, write about this, but I don't have a framework. So what I can do is, instead of trying to do it myself all the time, I would give you a framework. Codify what's in here into 3 or 6 steps that anyone can follow, and then really focus on educating. And that's why we are coming out with all these workshops, because in a workshop, you get to work, you take action, and that's the whole idea of it. The way to move from freelancer to business owner, as far as my limited knowledge allows, is you would have to codify systems, educate, and then let go.
So far, what is the one failure you faced that you still remember, like, okay, the biggest lesson you learned so far from that?
I think most marketers, freelancers especially, they go into the market charging based on time. If you don't have a lot of skill sets, that's how you charge based on time. I think that's a very flawed way of charging. And eventually, if you're a freelancer who charges like on time, you have to move up the scale. And the second thing that most people move up on is into a project fee. There's a website you have to build and you charge a sum for it. But the problem with project fees is that most freelancers and even businesses do not plan for that scope creep. Let's just say you're designing a website and then the client say, hey, can we add that little extra chat thingy? I saw something on site B, I think it was quite cool, and put it inside. Okay, we'll add it in. The more things they add, the thinner your margin becomes. And then everyone is overworked. Very common in a lot of agencies, area of their employees are overworked. Why? Because of scope creep. And then the third ladder that a lot of people go into is retainers. So retainers are great for the reason that you can have an expected revenue or income every single month, and then they offer unlimited work. But the weakness of that is you become overworked as well. Charging a 5,000 retainers to a kindergarten versus a multinational, it's kind of unfair, purely because of the value you bring to two of those different businesses. I know this answer is very long, but the conclusion is most freelancers, business owners in marketing should move eventually into value-based pricing. The way value-based pricing works is have a conversation with the customer, the client, and you figure out what's the potential revenue that this client will get. Let's say you are doing photography. Have a conversation with the client and say, hey, you can do this photography yourself, but how many hours would it take you to do this photography and to edit everything? I might say something like, I think maybe roughly it'll take me about 20 hours or so. And you want to ask, like, how much is this 20 hours worth to you? Let's just throw a number, right? 50,000 to me. What will be fair for you to invest to get back that 50,000 worth of time? 5,000? Okay, I'll charge you 5,000 then, right? So you're charging based on value that you provide to someone rather than being capped for your time.
What is the one skill you would need to be better?
Even back then, as a marketer, what is the one thing that you have to do to become really good, I think, is empathy. And the reason I say that is because you want to be able to understand customers. So my complaint about marketers these days is that they are so dialed into tools and technology. The thing that gives them the sales and money, right, the revenue, are actually people. Not enough marketers are taking the time to really understand their customers. You are so obsessed about using tools, AI, GPT, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'll give you some solid ways of doing that as well. So one of the ways you can do that, right, or marketers can do that, is to really go into calls with customers, having like feedback and survey forms all around your site. Like, it's funny, you go to a site and they say like, oh, we value customers. They have this support page that takes you like 5-10 minutes to get to someone. And that's an irony, right? If you say that you value your customers and you have like good customer support, put chat bars everywhere around your site. Right. Marketing is about understanding your customer, finding solutions to solve their challenges. Yeah, and I think we practice that somehow as well. When we build landing pages or sales pages, we would first talk to our clients, get what they say to us, the exact words, and use those words into building and then put them into the sales page landing pages. That's how we make sales pages so high converting.